Hi friends, now let's discuss about charges. So what these charges? Under Companies Act 2013 section 2 subsection 16 defines charges. Charge means an interest or lien created on a property of a company, either interest or lien or both created on a property of a company and includes mortgage. What does this mean particularly? It means creation of security in favor of creditor for repayment. It means creation of security in favor of creditor for repayment. Through how do you create security is the first question. Through interest or lien on whom? On a property or both. What does interest, what does lien? Interest is just writing, if at all your interest is not, your money is not repaid, you may sell this land. It indicates that he has an interest in it. What does lien? Placing some asset in his hands until the amount is repaid, the asset lies with the creditor. Okay. Charge is defined in such a way under section 2 subsection 16 of the Companies Act 2016. How many types of charges are there we can create? There are two types: fixed, floating. What is fixed and floating? A fixed charge is created, made on a permanent and identifiable asset. A particular identifiable asset, say like this building, that building, or like that machine, a particularly identifiable asset, a charge is created. Company should not deal with that asset without the permission of the charge holder. Who is the charge holder? The creditor is the charge holder. What is dealing? Moving from one place to another, like selling it, taking out from the factory, in such a way. Company should not deal in fixed charge. Like I have taken a 10 lakhs loan and created a charge against a machine. Say this machine is created against charge. A particular identifiable asset is created and a permanent asset is created as a charge. So this is fixed. What is floating? Floating charge is created on class of assets. They may be present now or in future. Company can deal with this property charged, with these assets without the permission of the charge holder. What is this? This is buildings, very good. What are the floating assets? It's like this. The floating charge may be of stock, raw materials, inventory. The company may say 10 lakhs loan and just write on a charge paper as if the charge holder has a right on the stock of the company. This doesn't mean that the company need not take the always permission of the charge holder to deal in it. So this is fixed charge and floating charge. Here comes a term crystallization. Between these two terms, what is crystallization? Converting floating charge into fixed charge is known as crystallization. Once floating charge is converted into fixed charge, that property cannot be dealt without the permission. Company cannot deal in that property. So why do you need to convert floating charge into fixed charge? See, first let's discuss the situations when the need arises, when floating charge is to be crystallized. The process is known as crystallization. Floating charge converting into fixed charge is known as crystallization. When does floating charge is to be crystallized? Company goes into liquidation. and receiver is appointed. Receiver is appointed. First case. Second case, company ceases to carry its business. Stops to carry its business. Third case, on a happening of a particular event, specified event mentioned in the deed, charge deed. Example like non-payment of the interest, the law for a continuous 3 months non-payment of interest, floating charge must be converted into fixed charge. Such specified event can be written in the deed. In these three cases, floating charge needs to be crystallized. Once floating charge is crystallized, it means that the company cannot deal with the stock, with a particular floating property. It needs to stop it, and the charge holder gets a right over the assets. Okay, that's what the crystallization means. Now coming to registration charges. Registration of charges. Under section 77. As per section 77 of Companies Act 2013, the following assets: debentures, uncalled capital, immovable property, movable property, book debts or debtors, stock in trade, calls made but not paid, ships, intangible assets. When these nine assets are provided as charge, it may be a fixed or floating. When the following nine assets, the following nine things are created as charge created outside India on assets in India. What do you mean to say? I went to Dubai and created a charge deed over the assets in India. Second case, charge created in India on assets outside India. I am in India and created a charge deed on the assets situated in Dubai of my assets. In the following two cases, in the above two cases, you need to register with the ROC. ROC will issue a certificate of registration to you on registration. It is a conclusive evidence. So what you gonna do? Whenever you created a charge outside India on a situation in India, or created a charge in India on our asset outside India, situated outside India, what are the assets? They are the debentures, immovable property, movable property, uncalled capital, book debts, stock in trade, calls made but not paid, ship to intangible assets. When these charges are created, you need to register with the ROC within 30 days of creation of charge. Within 30 days of creation of charge to ROC. ROC will issue a certificate of registration. It is like a conclusive evidence. If at all you are not registered within 30 days, you can register from 30 to 300 days of creation of charge with an to ROC with an extra additional fees with suitable reason for the delay. Okay, what to be registered with the ROC? Contents to be registered. The first thing is the date of creation of charge and the amount secured. You mean to say a 10 lakh building is secured towards 10 lakh building is created a charge towards the loan taken on 10 lakhs. In such a way, amount is secured. Short particulars of property charge. I mean to say the particular building is located so and so, it is a address is there, and these terms and conditions of charge, like for how many years the charge is created, for the how many terms the loan is taken, particulars of modification. If any modification are taken place in the charge deed, you need to notify it to the ROC within 30 days. Any modification of this is covered under section 84. I'm sorry, under section 79. I'm sorry, under section 79. Yeah, whenever there is a modification in charge, you need to inform it to the ROC within 30 days. It is covered under section 39. So what you going register with the ROC? Date of creation of charge, amount secured, I mean to say what's the particulars of the land, I mean what's the asset, to which amount you are secured, short particulars of the property, terms and conditions, particulars of modification. Yeah, that's all. So what happens if I don't register this? I don't register, the company doesn't register, the charge becomes void. The particular charge you made, I mean to say the charge deed is void, it is not functionable, but debt is valid and money is repayable immediately. Punishment for punishment for violation of any of these charges, I mean to say registration of charges, is that for company it may extend from 1 lakh to 10 lakh. For the appropriate officer, imprisonment up to 6 months, fine of 25,000 to 1 lakh, or both. So this is gonna happen if at all it is not registered with the ROC. So the registration, once registered, it is open for the members and auditors. It remains open for inspection. Once registered, it remains open for the inspection for members and auditor. It is a deemed notice under section 80. It is a deemed notice to the charge holder that the charge is registered. Okay, if at all the company has not registered the charge, so what is going to happen? If at all company fails to register the charge within the specified time, if at all company fails to register, what is the specified time? It's 30 days, or with some reason 30 to 300 days, and even if it crosses 300 days, company fails to register the charge or modification within the specified time, within the prescribed time, and it has a validable reason and just and fair equitable reason, and the failure is acceptable, it may apply to the central government for that. On the satisfaction of the central government, it may extend the time limit. So that's it. I'm gonna repeat. Company has to register its modification or registration of charges within 30 days. If it fails for any acceptable reason, 30 to 300 days with an additional fees. If at all it has not registered in the 300 days of creation of charge, it for any acceptable reason, failure is equitable and just. Accident, and it was only accidental, not intentional. Any misstatement in the filing, when it applies to the central government, to the satisfaction of the central government, it may extend this time limit. Okay. Com- Now coming to section 48. Let's think company has not registered with the charge. Has not registered the charge. Company failed to register the charge. Charge holder must apply to the ROC. Charge holder must apply. Not must. Charge holder may apply to the ROC for registration of charge. Immediately ROC. Immediately ROC gives a notice to the company within 45 days to register the charge. If it doesn't register within the 45 days, ROC will register the request of the charge holder with the amount collected from the charge holder. And prospectively, the charges, registration, recovery charges, expenses, prospectively all the charges incurred by the charge holder in registration can be recovered from the company. So that's the deal there. Let's say that company has taken a loan and created a charge, and the loan is paid off. So satisfaction of charge. If a company has paid the loan, had settled the full loan and its charge against it is clear, it must within 30 days give a notice, inform to the ROC. ROC will send a notice to the charge holder asking for any invitation, inviting any objections if there are against the payment. It's like company might have not paid and just given a wrong information to the ROC. So ROC gives a notice to the creditor. If at all any objection, report it within 14 days. If nothing is reported in the 14 days, ROC will issue certificate of satisfaction of charge to the company. It is conclusive evidence. If any objection is raised by the creditor, it informs to the company. So that's it. That's the whole glance of the charges. Let's have a brief look. Charges charge means an interest or lien created on a property of a company, both and includes mortgage. So that was it. How many types of charge? Floating, fixed. Fixed is a particular and the identifiable permanent asset. Company should not deal in it. Floating is like a company can deal without the permission of the charge holder. It is created on class of asset. It's not on asset. It's a class of asset which may be in present or in future. Crystallization of another point. Crystallization. Converting floating charge into fixed charge is known as crystallization. When do floating charge is to be crystallized? Company goes into liquidation and receiver is appointed. Company ceases to carry on its business on a happening of an event specified in the date, like non-payment of interest for a continuous period of 3 years, like this and that. Okay, that's it. Registration of charges. As soon as the following assets, what are they? Debentures, uncalled capital, immovable, movable, book debts, stock and trade, calls made but not paid, ship, intangible assets. As soon as these assets are charged created outside India on assets situated in India, or charge created in India on assets situated outside India, you need to register with the ROC within 30 days with the nominal fees. If you have not registered with an acceptable reason, within 30 to 300 days of creation of charge with an additional fees. If at all it takes 300 plus days, central government approval, permission, additional fees must be paid. Once this charge is registered, it gives a registration of certificate of registration of charge. It is a conclusive evidence. So, what to register? Date of creation of charge, amount secured, short particulars of property charge, short particulars of property charge, terms and conditions of charge, and so on. Effects of non-registration. If at all not registered, what happens? Charge is void, debt valid, immediately payable, fine for the company of 1 lakh to 10 lakhs, imprisonment for the respective officers up to 6 months, and a fine of 25,000 to 1 lakh, or both, under section 86. So, next, modification of charge. Any modification in charge must be under section 79. Any modification must be registered in the 30 days. Once registered, it is a demotion notice to the charge holder, under section 80. Under section 80, demotion notice to the. So, if at all company is not registered with the charge holder may register to ROC. ROC gives a notice to the to reply within 45 days to the company. If it is not replied, it goes with the. If it is not registered, it registers with the request of the charge holder. All the expenses can be recovered by the charge holder from the company. Once the loan is paid, I mean to say full settled and charge is completed, within 30 days of full settlement, 30 days, company need to give a notice to the ROC. ROC gives a notice to the charge holder for inviting any objection within 14 days. If no objection is written, certificate of satisfaction is given to the company. If any objection is given, it is informed to the company. That's it, friend. It's very, very, very simple topic. Do share and subscribe, and feel free to comment below any questions, anything. Thank you.